Okay, so I'm back with Monochrome Valentine, and we were just about to start Chapter 2. Anyway, Chapter 2, Request. A common saying is, life is often stranger than fiction. Today, I would agree with that. A girl I just met who seems really nice, and cute, and funny, and cute. Did I say cute twice? Yeah, kinda. Anyways, this girl, Selena, I don't know what she finds so special about me, but despite knowing me for less than 20 minutes, she invited me back to her place. I still don't know how we know her name, I don't think she said it. Yeah, I know, it's weird. Not for anything lewd, she just wants me to help her pack and move some stuff in her house to a moving truck outside, so she can then drive it to her parents' place. Okay, so she's moving someplace? More dots? Okay, I know that sounds suspicious. I had the exact same look which I imagine any sane, rational person would have it being proposition to return to a complete stranger's home, but I swear it's real. Sky... Oh, moving van? Oh, there's the moving truck, after all. Believe it or not, I did point out how weird it was to invite a complete stranger to your house to handle your stuff. What if I was a murderer, or a thief, or an alien? The alien one's probably unlikely. Seriously, who would trust someone this much so quickly? Hard to tell, there's some trusting people out there. Her response was to look at me for several seconds, and then smugly smirk at what I assumed was the idea of me being threatening. I don't know if I should feel flattered or insulted. So why didn't I say no if I know how weird this whole situation is? Well, she can be surprisingly persuasive. If this were an RPG, she'd have dumped all her points into charisma and could convince the final boss to give up his 1,000-year plan to bring about eternal darkness, and instead to close down shop, buy a suit, get a new house, and go back to school while working weekends at a local diner or... that's a weird imagination thing. Hey Blake, you there? Huh? I must have been just standing in front of the truck for a while, in a trance. To the outside observer, I probably looked. Anyone ever tell you that you space out a lot? Maybe. What's wrong with spacing out every now and again? So, this is my moving truck. What do you think? It's big. Seems like it did haul a lot. It smells very much like a car. Continuing with the RPG analogy, that would have been a pretty low deception roll. Okay, I admit it. I'm not a car guy. I'm a failure of a man. Oh crap. How long have I been standing here without saying anything? Don't worry, I don't know anything about cars either. Quick, say something so it seems like you were paying attention. Apples! That doesn't seem like you were paying attention at all. You think the truck's manufacturer is apples? The look of pity in her eyes hurts my soul. Quick, change the subject. So, this seems like a pretty nice neighborhood. How long have you lived here? Nailed it. Oh, well, I moved here a few months ago from my old place. It was a bit closer than my job, but guess that's not really an issue anymore. Did you quit your job too? You only moved here a few months ago? Yep, guess it was just time for a change. I get that sometimes. She stretches as she said this, and I had that feeling again. What feeling? Like there was something she didn't want to talk about. Perhaps I should be more suspicious considering how little I know. You coming? She'd already unlocked her front door and was standing in the hallway. In the hallway? Oh yeah, sorry, just admiring this door frame. What's this dent here? Oh thanks, yeah, a piece of guy once slipped on his shoelaces and bashed his head in the frame. Was he okay? Because that's what I'd be worried about in a case like that. I mean, God. Really? No, I'm just messing with you. Oh. I should really stop zoning out and narrating to myself. Blake? Coming. She just got further away. What I see the moment I walk in is a sparse-looking apartment with several boxes stacked together off to the side. On each box is a label telling someone the contents of the box. I can't help but wonder what her apartment looked like before she started packing. So, how much stuff do you have left to pack? Not much. She retrieved the cushion from the closet and put it on the ground where, I imagine, she wanted me to sit. Well, here we are. This place used to be much cuter, but now it's back to, well, its base form. This isn't even my final form. That's all I thought of when I read that. Wait right here. I'll be back in a sec. At which point, she disappears into the other room, leaving me alone in her living room. ... Seemed nice. One room, surprisingly spacious. What? I was IT, not interior design. I almost keep saying it. Honestly, there wasn't much to describe. Guess I could check my phone. Damn, battery died. It hasn't been that long, has it? Wait, how old is this phone? Maybe it's time for an upgrade? I think battery life does start to get worse the older your phone is. Okay, so... Oh, thank God, something to do. Is it an Apple phone? Because I think Apples have like that round circle at the bottom, like... Or old Apples did. My Samsung or whatever has a little square instead of a circle. Oh, thank God, something to do. Here's what we're going to do. Selena returned from what I assume was her bedroom with an armful of, various stuff. Honestly, it's a bit difficult to describe exactly what I'm looking at, since there's just a random selection of stuff in her arms. I can see a pink towel with a cute character on it, a scarf, a beret, several stuffed animals, an assortment of pins, and she dropped it all on the floor in front of me, then went over to the corner, where boxes of varying sizes were stacked up precariously like a messed up parody of, what was that one game called with the stacking blocks? Tetris? J something? Not Jenga? Oh, I was thinking of Tetris for some reason. So, we take one of these things, and then put them in a box with a corresponding label, like so. She places a towel in the box marked as bathroom stuff. Alright, seems pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, totally. Trust me, with the two of us, time should just soar right by. 45 minutes later. So, the pile seemed deceptively smaller than it originally looked. Yet, why does it seem like the pile got bigger? Is it some uncaring God's idea of a sick joke? Am I just tired and hallucinating? I didn't get much sleep last night. Or ever, actually. At least, not for the past few weeks ever since. Ah, right. With Selena's, let's call it, nature, it's pretty hard to focus on the drifts between me and Ashley. Is that a good thing? Okay, so the ex's name was Ashley. Well, when I woke up this morning, I started out as an 8 on the sad scale, but now I'm a 5. So whatever this busy work is, it at least seems therapeutic. Or just distracting. I pick up what looks like a ribbon, a neckerchief. Why is it this thing? What is this thing, and why does it seem familiar? I messed that up a lot. Oh hey, I know that. Can't believe I brought that with me from home. What is it? Turn it over. It's a bird? Turning it over, I see what looks like an emblem printed on the fabric. I do like the emblem, but I don't see what that has to... Wait a minute. This emblem looks familiar. A bird flying through a crescent moon. It's unnecessarily fancy for... Oh, this is the crest of TKU Middle School. Ding ding ding, that's right. Hey, what's this mark on the bottom here, on the tips? I was going through my fashionista phase, so I didn't feel right wearing the same exact thing everyone else was wearing, so I colored in the tips with some dye. The teachers didn't notice. I wonder what color the tips are, because all I can see is they're a light color. I'm honestly as surprised as you are. I see. Then why do you have it? I like to steal the neckerchiefs off preteen girls because I'm jealous of their youth. Really? Oh my god, no. I went there when I was a kid. Jeez, what kind of weirdo do you think I am? That would be kind of weird to steal neckerchiefs off of preteens. Actually, don't answer that question. I need to preserve my image as a cool beauty with a megawatt smile. At least she's got the confidence down. But how do you know about it? Oh well, I went there too. Though I wouldn't exactly call my experience a pleasant one. Not that I could remember much, but it seems that whenever I think of my time there, I feel more annoyance than joy. Of course, that might just be because everybody hates middle school. Yeah, I didn't like my middle school. You're kidding. That's such a coincidence. Wait, Then I moved out of my middle school in like 8th grade. Then the school I moved to, I was there until I graduated. Wait. She paused in the middle of folding that towel and looked right at me. Remember when I said that you seemed familiar to me? Yeah, that was like an hour ago, right? Yeah, so hear me out. You know the symbol, I know the symbol. What if the reason we seem so familiar to each other is because we met before, over a decade ago, back in middle school? That'd be a heck of a coincidence. I know, right? But what if it's true? You do speak fluent Japanese. Sorry, I overheard you later. Or, shouldn't I overheard you earlier? I do, yes. My mother is a Japanese citizen, so I spent a lot of my childhood in Japan. Oh yeah? When I was starting middle school, my dad took us with him when he was stationed in Japan. Well, the timeline sure adds up. Ooh, do you remember what class you were in? Sorry, I was going through some stuff at the time, so I can't really remember a lot of the finer details. I can barely remember what my homeroom teacher's name was. I can't remember all my middle school and high school teachers because we had 8 every year, but I can remember all my elementary school teachers except my 5th grade teacher for some god unknown reason, and it bothers me. She seemed genuinely disappointed by... Oh, you know what? Never mind, she's back. I think I have a yearbook in here somewhere. If I find it, then we can figure out if we were in the same class. Well, alright. Could be fun. Great, so I'm going to go check in the boxes, because I know it's in here somewhere. Wait, should we be unpacking stuff that we just packed? Doesn't that seem... Sorry, can't hear you, digging. Something told me that Selena was the type of person who was not easily deterred when she decided on something. It's not a bad trait in and of itself. Actually, it's kind of cute. And I can't really say that I'm not curious. She did seem familiar. Maybe we were friends in the past? Though, it's weird I don't remember her. Selena isn't exactly a common name in Japan. Maybe she used a nickname or a middle name? I haven't met well, no, I have met people that go by their middle name, actually. So, never mind. What I was about to say would have been wrong. Then again, it's been about a decade since middle school. People forget things all the time. The mystery of her prior meeting aside, we should probably finish packing these boxes. I can't imagine she'll be able to rent that truck forever. Reaching into the pile, I picked up what looked like an old camera. With the advent of digital cameras and phones, I don't really see these a lot anymore. Well, like Polaroid cameras. I only ever used one once. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about whether this was a professional camera used even today, or at least a few years ago, or if it's more of a vintage camera. Not that there's anything wrong with vintage gear, old stuff can still be just as good or useful as top of the line. Oh hey, I remember that. It's Tsukuyomi? Tsukuyomi? I don't know how to pronounce Japanese stuff. Tsukuyomi? Yeah, that's the name of my camera. Well, that's not the name of its model. I named it. I was really into this one show at the time where... Never mind. She takes the old camera carefully in her hands, as if it were a precious treasure that could break if handled poorly. When I started middle school, my dad came back from one of his business trips and gave me this. According to him, he won it by freeing a genie from a bottle under the pale moonlight in a game of chance. Huh. Really? No, he was obviously lying. I think he just saw it in the display window for a discount and bought it for cheap. Ooh, the memory stick is still in here. She asked me over to sit next to her to look into the imager reader thingy. See here? My brother's birthday. Why do you have him in a headlock? When you grow up in a house of brothers, you learn to be tough or they snap the heads off all your dolls. Did that really happen? Next slide. It really happened. Wait, no. Seriously. Did that actually happen? Ooh, and here's the dress I made for the school play. Does she have tears in her eyes? Oh, that's sad. Oh, hey. I think I remember that one. Yeah, the teachers let the students write the story because they were sick of putting on the same performance every year and wanted something new and fresh. Yeah, though in retrospect, putting a bunch of hormonal preteens in charge of writing was not the best idea. At least the dresses were good. Next slide. Oh hey, this was my high school graduation trip. Huh, weird. Did I not use this camera for a while or something? Maybe you placed different photos on different memory sticks and left this one in the camera? I think so. Wonder what else is on here. I saw a flash of ping and she immediately turned the camera away. Oh god, what was that? Was that? Did you see? Well... did you see? I saw everything. What was it? And then, I don't know why the way she said, "Did you see?" reminded me of the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. The "Who are you?" No, and the "I do not see." Did I see what? In this situation, it's better to just lie. Oh hey, I think I left something in the other room. I'll be right back. Oh well, all right. I'll just put the rest of this stuff away then. She paused midway through the doorframe and then quickly turns around. Actually, could you load the packed boxes into the moving truck? That's what she was saying, but what she actually meant was probably, I think I might have some other embarrassing things in the pile, so can you take the boxes into the truck so I can quickly check and hide that stuff? Sure thing. Thanks, you've been a real help. Hang on, let me just get the key. Though I'll never forget what I saw, I will take that knowledge to my grave. What was it? And I mean, I have guesses, but I don't know what it is. And heave-ho. With that last bit of exertion, the last box was in the truck. Well, sorta. She had sequestered herself in a room, carefully going over what was left herself. I guess she didn't want me to see another example of classified. Stop making it classified. So, with nothing to do, I guess I'll just sit here in the back of the truck. That's boring. Pretty nice outside. Wonder if Ashley's awake now. Is she worried about me? Maybe I should call. Maybe she forget about her. That seems like a bad idea. Wait, no. Phone's dead. Why didn't I bring a battery? Why didn't I bring a charger? What's this in my pocket? It said drink Selena brought me from earlier. Guess I forgot to drink it. So you carried it in your pocket? Weird. Well, might as well. As soon as I open the can, it suddenly makes an unexpected noise, which causes me to jolt backwards, causing me to tilt one of the boxes. Operating on instinct, I managed to catch the box just before the contents fell. That was close. What kind of noise would the can make? Or at least that's what I thought until I noticed the box was upside down, and some of the objects had already spilled out. Ah crap, better clean this up. First I put the box right side up, next I started picking up the items I found out. Books. Printed on the books were years of artistically designed covers along with the names of schools. Obviously, yearbooks. Oh, so he found the yearbooks. I shouldn't look. Maybe it's an invasion of privacy. I begin to put them back in the box when I see one of the books labeled TKU Middle School. It should be a pretty familiar book because I had the same one, though it's back at my parents' house. Oh yeah, we probably went to the same middle school. Yeah, probably, since it's the same name, and you guys already discussed this. Come to think of it, she was curious about our school past, even tried looking for this specific yearbook. Guess a quick peek won't hurt. TKU Junior High. I do like their logo. I dispense with the cautious approach and immediately open up the yearbook. Now let's see, where am I? I didn't take long to find me. Class 2B, back corner, row in the class photo. Heh, even in the past I still had an introvert streak. I guess the more things change, the more things stay the same. I mean, I was in the back row usually, but that's... Well, I was also an introvert, but that's also because I was usually taller than everyone else. Now, let's stop wasting time. Where's Selena? I think I only met like one person that was close in height, and they were like the same height as me. Looking at the class list yielded no results. No one named Selena in the bunch, and no one who looked like her. Guess she wasn't in my class then. A quick scan of the other class list yielded no results either. Her name's Selena, right? Was I spelling it wrong? Did she maybe go by a different name? There's gotta be a hint, some way to tell her apart. Hey, what's this mark on the bottom here, on the tips? I was going through my fashionista phase, so it didn't feel right wearing the same exact thing everyone else was wearing, so I colored in the tips with some dye. Marks on the tips. I went back to my class, scanned for a girl with marked tips. Nothing. Next class, there she was. Just to be sure, I looked in the other class as well, the girls in our year. She was the only one with dyed tips. Thank God I found her because I really didn't want to go looking through the other years or in other books. Still, a heck of a coincidence that I found the exact yearbook I needed. So, that was young Selena, eh? Honestly, she looked pretty different from how she is now. I think her school had a strict dress code where girls had to keep their hair a particular length. No makeup, no decorations of any sort. Boys had similar rules, but it was mostly to keep her hair trimmed. I hated it. Yeah, I would have hated that too. Looks like Selena had a bit of a rebellious streak. Yeah, she dyed the tips of a neckerchief. While her uniform was fine at a glance, she found subtle silently rebel against the dress code. The dye-tipped neckerchief was just part of it. Huh. When I looked at this photo, I expected some memories to appear, but I guess it just doesn't work the way it does in the movies, eh? I didn't feel nothing, though. When I looked at her photo, I felt sadness. Something in my memory seemed to be stirring, but what could it... Excuse me. Huh? Then I hastily scrambled to put it back in the box, not realizing until later that I didn't need to do that. Hello, hi, how's it going? I mean, who is this? What can I do for you? Did you work for the movers? Or do you work for the movers? No. Do you know where Selena is? She's inside doing... Crash! That. Do you need some help? I can go get her if you want. No, what I really need is for this truck to be moved. I need to pull out my car, but I can't. Oh, yeah, of course, let me just pull the truck out of the driveway. Awkwardly stammered as I made my way to the front of the truck, hoping that this person wouldn't know that I've never driven a truck before. Alright, so I just need to drive the truck to let you out? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Don't tell them you've never driven a car, let alone the truck. Oh god, that's a bad idea. Maybe I should get Selena. The tapping of their foot and pacing on the ground was almost like a max-strength taunting spell. I'll show you. I'm just going to be moving the truck forward slightly. How hard can that be? After hopping up to the driver's seat, I put the key in the ignition after fumbling with it. Then I turned the key, expecting to hear the engine or something turn on. Instead, there's like this stalling sound and the car refuses to start. Is it a manual? Crap. So, do you know what you're doing? Sorry, looks like there might be a little problem. I see. The neighbor pulls out their phone and swipes it on. Well, I'm gonna go back inside and make some coffee. See ya. And I was alone again. Well, what's wrong with it? Honestly, I couldn't even begin to figure out what was wrong with the truck. As I have no doubt mentioned before, I work with computers, software mostly. Those skills didn't exactly translate to vehicle maintenance. How do I even determine the problem? I just turn on the engine, it makes this weird noise, and then it just doesn't turn on. What does that even mean? Maybe the tires are flat? That won't stop it from turning on. I quickly hop out of the car and do a quick tire check by kicking the tires to see if it feels like they're out of air. Does that even make sense? Upon confirming-ish that the tires are fine, I move on to the next thing. Well, I didn't turn the key right. Should have asked that first. It felt wrong the moment it came out. Okay, if it's a sound issue, let's pop the hood. How do I pop the hood? I thought it would be right next to the same place where I opened up the back door hatch thing, but that didn't work. Hey, wait, do I even need to do that? Maybe that's just a back door thing. Well, they spelled back door wrong because there's two K's. What if I just tried opening the hood myself? Honestly, this is a little embarrassing. I was startled by Selena's sudden presence. Oh, hey, how's it going? Well, I found a box set of one of my favorite series of all time hidden in the pile, so I was coming out here to get my spare laptop charger from the truck. But then I saw you here and had to watch what you were doing, and she looked at me with the same pity you showed your child playing basketball who didn't even get close to sinking a shot in the hoop. I'm a software guy. I mumbled under my breath, mostly for my own ego more than anything. What was that? Nothing. I just casually scooted over so Selena can get into the driver's seat. Oh, yeah, that shouldn't be difficult to fix. You know how to fix cars? I grew up in a house with enough brothers to start my own baseball team, remember? In that kind of household, you learn a few things here and there. I'm going to head in the back and get my toolbox. In the meantime, she produced a slip of paper and pressed it into my hand, along with a $50 bill. Remember that convenience store we passed on the way here? While I fix the truck and help Rob so they can go to their mistress's house, can you pick us up some snacks? You can buy some stuff for yourself as well and keep the change. Sure. Great, thanks. Oh, one more thing. If they have Heliozen in stock, can you pick me up some? Actually, more than the snacks, I want that drink. They only sell them in that specific store. Okay, that seems doable. Well, I'm off then. Take care. Come back soon. After we're done moving, if you want to stay and watch a series with me, I'd be happy to have you join me. Well, okay, good luck. Bye. Barrier up? She seems like the bossy type of person. Sort of reminds me of someone in a way. I don't hate that, though. Do I have a type? Well, that's all the time I have for this part anyway, so I'm going to leave it there. This game is interesting so far, but anyway, goodbye for now.